Afternoon hours for the Coachella Valley, though sunshine continues through the day, highs in the upper 60s. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. Got a lot of things going on. We got things, a lot of. You really got to be careful out there. There's a lot of accidents happening. I think I saw something about some aircraft colliding in the air, and I was like, what? And then we saw this. I saw a post recently. Not just yesterday, we talked about it at the end of the show. So for those of you tuning in, we got Jess Sanchez. Jess, you got kind of an update on Renner and the situation there. What's going on?
Yes, yes. So when we were talking about it yesterday, I really didn't know too much about it. All I know is that, he was injured while snow plowing or clearing out snow in his near his home.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I really didn't know the extent of it. I just know he was in stable condition, but apparently he had a snowcat plow run over his leg. So I was like, "What?" And then someone showed a picture online of what this snowplow looks like, and all I have to say is, "Oh my God! I wish him a quick recovery, and I hope he does not lose his leg."
Yeah. Yeah. And blunt force trauma, I think to his chest, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, I don't even know how something like this could happen. I'm kind of glad I don't live in the snow area because then you guys people got to deal with this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I have no experience in any of this.
Yeah. Well, I know the fam of Avengers are going to be there to support, guaranteed, right? And it's one of those things where he's going to look. I remember I met somebody who actually broke their back, and he talked about it. He actually owned a Gold's Gym over in Texas. I'm sure he still does. I haven't seen him in a while. And in a way, he gave me hope that even though you could be like, um, I guess I put it this way: no matter how bad it is, I think he can recover, but he's going to need a lot of like support, a lot of friends. You know what I mean? And not for the first couple of like, because I think it's going to be a rehabilitation thing. I think I could be wrong. I hope he comes out of it like nothing. But he had two major surgeries. He's in ICU, and so I know his publicist had posted something like, he's something yesterday. But I think they kind of wish they hadn't, because it's like it kind of like made it like it wasn't a thing. It's kind of like when you have that friend going, "No, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's just a little accident," and you're like, "Oh no, it was really bad." So yeah, I think probably they reached out to the publicist for comment. The comment really did like the publicist really didn't know. I think this happened in another state, right?
Yes, this happened in the Reno, Nevada area.
Yeah. So, and when you're airlifted, that's never good. Airlifted is it's kind of a thing he's used to. You know what I mean, Huck? He's got a series there. I think it's on Disney Plus. I think you've seen it. I say go ahead and I know I kind of like I don't know if I want to see it, but the guy, like, he always brings a smile to his, like, if you ever look at the behind the scenes stuff, he's always that guy that's just kind of the calm, and you know what I mean, like, and they all have, I don't know, I just think he needs a lot of support to recover. I think he's going to need a lot of support going, forward, and he's going to need to recover. And when he recovers, then I don't think he's going to be able to go back to the same thing he does when it comes to stunts and certain like movements. I think he's going to have to really be like, I mean, I think they'll take care of him long term, but I hope they don't replace him because of this. I hope he can repair after this, what I mean, or write it in, because right, it could be written in, like,
In one of the comic book series, Hawkeye does lose a leg, so you know what? He can get a
Oh
prosthetic.
God, don't say that. He's gonna be like, "Why didn't I play Hawkeye?" like.
But you know what? I just hope that he's able to recover and there's no serious long-term damages because
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure if I was to actually see this happen, I would be like and then pass out. So,
Well, the plow turn, like it ran over his, like, what was the deal again? Like, and again, some people don't know what a plow is. It's a big machine. It's a snow
yeah,
plow.
like a lot of people who live out in the snow areas, like they understand the dangers of snowplows. I don't, because I've never seen these things. So I don't know what was happening. I'm assuming the reason they airlifted him out was because of the snow. The roads are iced up. I'm assuming that's why they had the snow plow out. But apparently, a lot of people on Facebook and other things started saying, "Yeah, you got to be careful around these things. They're very dangerous."
Yeah.
So he's lucky he had a neighbor who was a doctor who was able to apply a tourniquet to his leg. So grateful
Yeah.
for that.
Well, this reminds me of the accident. Yeah, I see pictures of him like near a slope. He's really a woods guy. You know what I mean? Like you could like if you look at the pictures, I didn't know this. It's kind of like that scene where I think in Avengers, is it Endgame where he's like with his fam in the and they disappear all of a sudden, right? But it's like in this like in the wilderness. That's actually where he lives. I'm looking at certain pictures. So if you imagine that, you imagine like I don't know if this is a snowplow he operates or he's operated. It looks like he has, and so he knows how to clear it. And it's a big machine, man. Like he could get a job doing it. But so he probably has one on like the ranch or whatever he has there, the property. But it reminds me of that one, and I know like when we were like I think it was brand new in the news, and I was like no. The guy from Star Trek, he was young, and his vehicle, right? Talk about accident. You remember that, Jess?
Yes, Anton Yelchin. That was one of the very tragic things, and that's like so freaky.
Well, you know what? I can understand it. Like you know how I test cars and like I tell people what to do, when to do, and how to do it with them. I experienced it a little. I'm like I get it now because the if you have like your car, I don't know what year it is, but the car I have is very standard. Okay, I had to go get a car because of course I had a bad accident. Somebody ran into me, uh, but and I had a nice Forerunner, but then I had to go small. And I hate small, but whatever. But I had tested vehicles that were like newer, and you don't know when you put it in park. You think you put it in park, and you push a button, right? And then it goes into park. It's not the same as the lever that you go into park. So it's easy for it all of a sudden to keep going. I had it a couple times. I mean, I wasn't like, like him, like, I thought maybe it was downhill or something or putting in like the park on or brake on. So I could see that happening. There were a couple times like, oh my God. And in a way, I was like, I get what he went through. So I think some of the manufacturers kind of need to go back to the way it was, make it very obvious instead of like the little button that you push. And if you have a newer car, you know what I'm talking about. You go, shoot, I forgot, like, did I put it in park or not? If it starts rolling, you're like, because they're so quiet too. You don't know when it's, you know what I mean? You think it's a park, you thought but there's something about handle that worse than a button that goes to park, if that makes any sense. I love the little thing that makes it start. You push the button and it starts, but the thing to park, sometimes that could be a little like if you're like getting out real quick or you have something. There's something about when you push. You know what I'm talking about, Jess?
All I have to say is, you have so many buttons in your car, and you have a button that opens your windows, you have a button that does this, and you know what? Sometimes buttons fail. Or, I saw a video of this woman who left her dog in her car, and the dog locked the car and rolled up the windows.
Believe it, man.
And they were just like, they were trying to get the dog to step on the thing, but he wouldn't do it
It's like,
until
dude.
they had to borrow somebody else's dog. The other dog was jealous and rolled down the window. So that's how they ended up getting their car back. But yeah, you know what? Down to technology.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I've never heard of that. I'm not gonna lie, but I could see it. My point is this: you got to be careful with these, especially newer vehicles that have that little park thing that isn't like the normal. I think I'm sure the kids will get it. They're like, duh. But I think that's what happened with that situation, and that was a horrible accident. I was hoping but he's no longer with us, unfortunately. He was a great actor in Star Trek. I mean, he's a good actor in a lot of things. I remember being a fan of him. But yeah, it's those accidents. You go, what happened, right? So I really hope he recovers. I know he'll get a lot of support. He'll be in the news a lot, especially as of late. And yeah, Hawkeye, in the hospital. So accident. You can never be. I mean, you can be, but you got to be careful wherever you're at. Be mindful is my point. But I've seen people do some things. They go, "You're not watching. You're not watching." And sometimes their mind is on other things. All right, we got Stephanie Reed says, hello, happy editing for this glorious, awesome, busy day ahead today. She says it's rainy there. You can hear the rain in the background, maybe a little. That's in my. I love the rain. I'm thinking, do I close the hour, or do I leave it? But I like the rain. I love the sound of rain. I think I love to sleep with rain. Not gonna lie, I didn't want to wake up today. I was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, you hear that and you're like, oh, it's so nice. I just want to, like, and then you kind of go, should I? I don't know. And so I'm like, I almost just said, you know what? Let's do a replay. Let's do a rerun, and I'm good to go. But I'm like, no, can't do that. Jess says he needs something to talk about, right, Jess?
I do. I have all these cool things I like to talk about. Like, I might tell you something cool about Edward Norton. I have some cool news about him.
Okay, you know what? Let's talk about Edward Norton after this message. Right after this. Stay tuned.
Everybody loves to hear what Grandpa has to say because Grandpa speaks with wisdom. Here on KMET, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Be sure to listen.
Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit to get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and stay warm today.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff in spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Yvette interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
The Fat Greek in Yucaipa, where you can get authentic, delicious, true Greek food. Authentic gyros, Greek salads, pitas, falafel, hamburgers, burritos, and oh yes, baklava. The Fat Greek has a large selection of wines, ice-cold domestic, and imported Greek beers. Come on down to the Fat Greek located on Yucaipa Boulevard in the city of Yucaipa. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. The Fat Greek has delivery, drive-through, sit-down, and a catering service. So bring in a family or give Nicholas and Christopher a call at 909-797-6018. Eat Greek, live long. Remember, if you want authentic Greek food, it's the Fat Greek in Yucaipa.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing and Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing and Banning.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We got some news over there. Jess, what's going on?
Okay, so there's a show on PBS where they go into the roots of like your ancestors and stuff like that. So they do like celebrities will like tell them where their ancestors come from and stuff like that. So I saw a clip and I started watching the rest of the episode around Edward Norton. Unfortunately, he found he was uncomfortable for him because he found out that some of his ancestors were slave owners.
Okay.
And yeah, not good.
Right.
Not good. But no, that was not the cool part. That was actually the horrifying part. He did not like that part. But
Yeah,
the
of course.
part was that he found out that his 12th great grandmother was somebody actually really famous. Um, yeah, it's Pocahontas.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's an oddity there. Like, wait, what? Like,
I
what?
know. I dropped my phone. I was like, wait, what? So
Like,
yeah,
wait, what's this
so
show? Hold on, I need to watch this show. What's this show?
right, it's a really interesting show. It's called Finding Your Roots.
Oh, I think I've seen this. I've seen this. It's really good, by the way. And I
Yeah.
remember seeing one with Morgan Freeman, and they went all the way back, and he had like family that are like, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but okay, let's go back to him. And this is a thing, by the way. A lot of people go, do I want that out there? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, no. And you can't blame the person. I have to say that. Some people get a little like, wow. Like Edward Norton is not about that. That's why he's like, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, but the show is very interesting. And they do a report. It's actually more than like Ancestry.com. They go through your tree, like your lineage. Does that make sense? I was talking to my mom about our lineage. Our lineage goes all the way back to Balboa, which actually was a conquistador. Very famous, by the way. And the family has always passed that on. And I was like, there's certain information about Balboa. I remember learning as a kid, and certain people were like, whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute, why is that a thing? Anyway, so let's go back to Norton. Norton, okay, so how was he about it when he found out?
Yeah, no, the look on his face, he was shocked. Apparently, it was like a rumor in their family that they were descended from them, but I don't think he really knew how. And I don't think a lot of people know her real story. It's actually really tragic. And
Yeah.
a lot of us go off the Disney movie, which I'm not going to lie, I do too.
Like, I
But
love this.
so I started reading more about it. I'm like, Disney, don't. Why'd you do this?
Well, you
It's
know what? At least here's what I like about Diz. All right, at least they brought awareness of what happened. They kind of course, washed it over. They made her a little older than she was. I knew a woman that reminded me of Pocahontas, but the girl died at an early age, and I don't know that there was a romance. Not gonna lie, but so wait, or oh my God, so the guy that plays. Okay, the Pocahontas version, Mel Gibson voices the guy, blonde guy. Is that his great grandfather, Jess?
Are you talking about the what was his name? John Smith?
Yeah, that guy.
No, that is not him.
She went with another guy? What?
Unfortunately, she was either traded or whatever the thing was. She was eventually married to a man named John Rolfe.
I didn't know she
And
left that guy. Wow. Did she have a little
That's not-
hummingbird too, Jess? Did she have a little raccoon? Did they go do?
I don't like I'm saying like I'm stuck in the Disney version. So once you read the actual story and history about it, you're just like, what the heck, Disney? You killed it for me. Come
No,
on.
Disney didn't kill it. No. This story kills it. This story kills it.
Yeah.
Focus on the thing, man. Pocahontas by Disney did not kill it. The thing that killed it, Jess, because you wouldn't have known Pocahontas if it weren't for Disney. I guarantee the majority of people would have known Pocahontas. Okay, so Disney.
They brought it where
There you go, bingo. All right, now people didn't know that she died at an early age, and she was young, and they didn't know about like how bad it went, evidently. But I think it's weird that that's in his ancestry, and then the slave thing came about too. So it's like, what?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of celebrities, when they find out their ancestors were slave owners, they're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how many there were. So it's actually quite interesting. I don't blame them. I don't blame anyone for what their ancestor did, but it's just like it's funny to see their expressions.
Well, and he's in that movie. Not gonna lie, I want to see it. Knives Out. You talked about it on the show. I only saw the trailer. It's on Netflix right now, and it's PG-13, by the way. And it's got the other guy I really like in Guardians of the Galaxy. Right? He's fun. I love him.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. They liked it. You know what? I enjoyed it. It was the fun, over the top performances. Edward Norton was just hilarious if you just watch him in this. But you know what? It was a fun watch, and I'll probably end up watching it again. But mainly because I like Daniel Craig. He's cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. That is so like Pocahontas, slave, like who else did you slave? Like, you know what I mean? Again, it wasn't Edward that did that, but I can see some people going, "Wow, how dare you?" You know, so like he's like, dude,
But
I'm
you
just
know,
trying to bring back the Hulk, man. I just thought it would be interesting to go back and see what happened because some people, and that's what I like about that show. By the way, it's a really good show, because they like send a team and they don't do your average. Hey, by the way, they go to the town, they go to the area, they do like an investigation, and they do it on very very famous people, right? Like if you're just like you and me, it's like whatever. But if you're famous, it's a very interesting story, and they're very in the moment, and they let them know all at once, like like there's no planning, and I love it because you get it raw. Now, according to this, from what I see here, it said here, Norton had said, yeah, let's see, because somebody asked, what's it like to see that, right? After presenting the actor with a photo of the family of 7, evidently, right? On the family that actually owned slaves, not even the Pocahontas thing. He says, the short answer is, he said, and this is in the moment, okay? So this isn't like a canned speech. It's not like something that where people go like, okay, this is what my publicist is going to post, blah, 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 blah. It's not like rumor control. It's nothing. He is sincerely trying to find out about his history, right? So, and I don't know if they come to him first or if it's the other way around. I really don't know. But he says the short answer is these things are uncomfortable, and you should be uncomfortable with them. Everybody should be uncomfortable with it. It's not a judgment on you and your own life, but it's a judgment on the history of this country. It needs to be acknowledged first and foremost, and then it needs to be contended with. It says when you go away from census counts and you personalize things, you're talking about possibly a husband and wife with 5 girls, and these girls are slaves born into slavery. And then the host responds, born into slavery and in slavery in perpetuity. He says, yeah, again, when you read slave aged 8, you just want to die. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, because he's very hard. You know what I mean? He plays a lot of characters where you're like, what's going on there? But at the end of the day, he you know, I want him to bring back Hulk. You know what I mean? He is one of my favorite Hulks, to be honest.
to be honest, they actually can. You know what? Everyone's making up rumors on what Marvel's gonna do next, but with the multiversal saga and stuff like that, so technically they can bring him back.
Yeah, they've already nodded to it in She-Hulk.
Yes, they did. They actually mentioned it.
Yeah,
So like, yeah, you look different back in the days. So
yeah.
there's a movie coming out called Secret Wars. So there's a lot of rumors about that, but they could very well bring him back for that. Or you know what? Who knows?
All right, all right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I think DC needs to learn from that. They need to basically just say, look, we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and keep it. We're going to bring Super back. We're going to bring all of them back. And then we're going to branch out that and do another one as well. They need to just, you know.
You think so? I heard within the next 3 weeks, James Gunn is going to release a statement on what he's going to do with all of DC and his master plan.
Oh,
So
never mind. Then it's gone. All right, whatever. So, bye, Henry. That's is it going to get rid of Gal? Is my question. I don't think he can. I don't think he has that much pull. I think if anything, I don't know what he does, but I don't know. He probably just can Super. I don't know how you could go with a new Super. You know what I mean?
yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what his plan is on what he wants to do. It's kind of like messed up because you know what? It's like we want to see what else he can do.
I think Justice League killed it. I think the first one killed it where he killed the guy. That ruined it for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, that's not Super. And then they kind of tried to rebound with, and I was excited about Superman Batman. Everybody was like, oh my god. Everybody had been waiting on that. I have comics actually on like that team up, and I'm like, okay. And people didn't see that coming, right? And then Nolan kind of did a thing with Batman. I loved it. That's a version of a different verse. You know what I mean? And I like that. I like that style. I thought that was good. I always thought they should bring him back, not, a new guy. But they do Bat all the time different. I just think They should stay with Cavill, and keep him. He's Superman. You know what movie I saw recently? Holmes. I saw that on Netflix, right? They have 2 out, by the way. And it's good. It's good. It's a little confusing, not going to lie. But, because I don't get the relationship between them all. But, whatever. But the point is, in there, he's like, even my mom was like, wow, he's like, how do I know him? And I go, oh, and she looked it up. And I think through it all, you're like, dude, the guy's super. He just has that, like, that build and that strength. He really came full, like, he's super. You can't say anything else about it. So I think, like, they can him at the wrong time. I think Gunn needs to just chill and be like, you know what? We're going to verse that, all right? It works. It makes sense. It ties into, everything he does. He just needs to bridge the gap. He can bridge the gap, okay? I told you, but I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it won't happen. But I think they can bridge the gap of DC, Marvel. Do that. Keep it all. Somebody broke the verse. You can go with Doctor Strange. He shouldn't have done that with Spider. But in a way, it was a good accident, but kind of in a way not, because, now no one knows him, right? They kind of left it at that. So it's like, oh, man, what are you going to do? Which I get, because it's always that thing where in comic where everybody knows your secret, and then it gets out, and then it gets too much. So you got to, like, know them from afar. They do that so much. Right? I don't know how many MJs they've had, but if they brought them all back, it would be interesting. You know what I mean? And then, you know which one I didn't like that they killed? I didn't like that they killed, what's her name? Because she had a whole thing. She could have been like the cat. Which one was she? She was, so cute, by the way.
Which one are you talking about?
The one in Spider where, like, I think that was that the Garfield one where he's, like, regretting life, and then she dies? She's so
you talking
cute.
about the Amazing Spider-Man with Emma Stone?
Was that her? Emma Stone? Was that her?
Yes.
She had white hair.
I don't know.
They shouldn't have killed her. I think they need to bring her back. She was smart. And oh yeah, she plays Black Cat. Doesn't she?
Negatory. Felicia Hardy plays as Black Cat, which we have not been released to her yet.
What's the girl that died at the end?
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy. Gwen shouldn't have died. Yeah, Gwen turns into something eventually if they would have just let her live. I think. Or maybe that's not her. I don't know. Anyway, she had a great face. Wait, is that the girl? Hold up. I have a question because I think they need to bring it back. I have a thing for this girl. I always did. I don't know why. Okay, the one that died at the end. What's her name?
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy. Let me see if that's her. Because you have a memory like no one's biz. Okay. Yeah, she's one of the heroes eventually. Gwen Stacy. The death of Gwen Stacy.
She dies in the comic books. Yes, she does. But like everybody in every comic book,
she comes back.
Everybody comes back.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Gwen, did you know Gwen becomes Spider Girl?
Yes.
You know this? And you let her die?
I think it was a different universe where she becomes Spider-Man or something like that. But yeah, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of Spider-Man out there.
Well, it's not Gwen Stacy. It's the other one. What's the cute one? She's really cute. All right, whatever. Anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. She has the cute, like she has a little, like they call it like the little black thing. It's like the little. I'll figure it out. All right, people, we got to take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned. I'm so upset right now.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions is now Beaumont Pharmacy with a new location at the Sundance Corporate Center. That's at the corner of Highland Springs and 8th in Suite 110. Of course, they still have Pack-Your-Meds. No more counting out the pills, dropping them on the floor. Oh, what a mess. And they have a full selection of pharmaceutical CBD. Wheelchairs, over-the-counter meds, you name it, they've got it. So if you're looking for the best and you want the best pharmacy, you go to Beaumont Pharmacy at their new location, 835 North Highland Springs, Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, California, Suite 110. Give them a call, 951-845-8252.
Join Paul Amadeus Lane this Wednesday, January 4th at 3 o'clock p.m. and Thursday the 5th at 4 in the afternoon for live coverage of events at the 2023 Las Vegas Consumer Electronics Show. CES is the global stage for innovation and proving ground for breakthrough technologies. CES features every aspect of the tech sector. Don't miss Paul Amadeus Lane this week, live from Las Vegas with special guests at the Las Vegas Consumer Electronics Show, Wednesday at 3 p.m. and Thursday at 4 p.m. only on KMET Radio.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littlensons.com.
Okay, I found it, Jess. I found it. All right, here it is. I'm going to show the picture really quick. All right, this is the girl. I get her mixed up. I'm glad they didn't get rid of her. I'm not going to lie. Because they didn't give her anything, and they should have. Come on. Do you remember?
Oh, so you're talking about that Gwen Stacy?
Yeah.
Or wait, no, yeah. She didn't really do too much in that movie.
No, but she should have.
She should have, yeah. She was a very unused character in that film, which unfortunately that was the worst of the Spider-Man films.
But she's famous. I don't think people realize who she is because of the hair. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, of course I know who that is. You want me to say her name, don't you?
I do.
Okay, let's see.
Because no one remembers her name. I'm like, come on, man. They go, she's the Jurassic girl. I know. That's my point. That's Bryce Dallas.
Yes.
It's all right.
She's named.
She'll forgive you. She'll forgive you, Jess. She'll forgive you. She'll be like, it's okay. No one knows.
I know she's Ron Howard's daughter. That's what I know.
Yes.
So I know she's a Howard. Other than that, I can't remember.
Yes, but she should come back because technically, she shouldn't have died. They killed her, and they shouldn't have killed her. Because Gwen Stacy, I'm looking at the history here, and this one could come back. I'm all right if they bring back the other one. She's moved on. She can move on. But Bryce just has a look. Like if you look at that right there, like I have a couple of pictures I can't show because they won't come up. But come on, man, like doesn't that like you're like, okay, what character is she, right? Who does she turn into, right? And they need that right now. You know, they need to bring her back.
Well, her character eventually, she gets in an alternate universe. She's like Bit instead of Peter Parker, and then that what turns her into.
Nah, do it in the same universe. She died in the one name Maguire, I think. No,
she did not die in that one. So I don't know. Maybe she'll eventually get bit by a spider and turn into Spider-Gwen.
That's the girl. That's the girl. Oh my God, everyone loves it. Okay, all right. There's a certain little one. He's now 9. He loved the Spider-Verse, right? And she makes an appearance as the girl. That's Gwen. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, she needs to come back. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So there you go. Bryce, you can do it. I know you can. I think she has a family. I'm not gonna lie. So I think, but she can totally get like back like to where she was. Guaranteed. I know it was like a while, but she, like she has that youthful thing going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, Gwen Stacy actually has her own comic. She's the one that becomes Spider, the girl. And if you remember the Spider-Verse, which I think they have a second one, right? That's her, but she's younger in that. So they really sold her downhill when they killed her at the end of the Garfield one. That's what I'm saying, man. They just like get rid of it. It's dumb.
That is true. So you know what? I don't know. So I don't know what they're gonna do. What Sony's gonna do with Spider-Man? Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish they would have just continued on with like Tobey Maguire's. But you know what?
We're all right with Tobey Maguire not doing it. I'm not gonna lie. I think he needs to move on because Bryce needs to come back, man. Look, okay, I'm gonna bring this up. Okay, let me show you this picture. Hopefully it comes up. This is a comic version of the character that Bryce Dallas played, but they didn't do anything with her, and I maybe they were dumb about it. They didn't know. But there she is. Okay, come on, Jess, that's her.
Right? Actually, no. Now that you mention it, it does look strange like her. You know what? She could very well get bit later on and become Spider-Gwen. Like I said, they could very well do it.
Yeah, they need to bring her back, man. I think a lot of people would be all right with that, and I think I think it would spawn a generation of girls going yes, because I think Spider-Verse, although it was good, a lot of girls are like, whatever, it's not my thing, right? You know, it's more a boy thing, right? But when girls see this, they go, oh my God, and they love Bryce. Bryce is like so good. She just needs to like, come on, Bryce, do it. There needs to be someone that we're gonna tag her in this. We're like, Bryce, I need you back as Spider, okay? You do that, awesome. All right. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Here's to your health with Joshua Lane. Ideas you can use to be healthy and stay healthy. The current thinking about beauty, fitness, and longevity. Every Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Wellness talk you can use. Here's to your health with Joshua Lane on KMET, naturally.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, hdrinfo.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases, get the breathing room you need. Garnish wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, we're on Alexa. Download the app. It's free. KMET 1490 AM. It's where it's at. Thank you for those tuning in. Also on Twitter, also on LinkedIn, and everywhere else. We appreciate you. All right. There's something here that I think, okay, people kind of need to hear. They don't want to hear it, but I think they need to. It's this. 41% of the cases in December are a new variant, and it's become pretty big in the U.S. So we got to be careful of that. I also got information about something that's happening around the corner that we really need to be careful of. It might be considered 8, by the way, and this one is really big in China. It's the one that's causing a lot of problems, and some are saying it might cause like symptoms like multiple sclerosis. So if you have symptoms like multiple sclerosis in the next couple of, like, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, it might be due to 8. Okay, so don't get 8 is my point. Don't get it, okay? They don't have a vaccine for it yet. I hope they do. I know they're working on it. But we're not ahead of it, okay? Remember what I said. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, and Jess, we've talked about it for some time, ever since 2020. But I say this, we're not ahead of it yet until probably 2020. At the rate we're going, probably 2025, to be honest, at the beginning part. In China, I think they'll be ahead of it by 2024, because they're first and foremost at this. Why? I do not know. I do not know. I have idea about it. I have ideas, but I don't know if, like, I want to go out in public saying it right now, because there's a lot of things going on. But we got to get ahead of it. This 8 is really bad, Jess.
Yeah. I've been reading the news articles about, the coronavirus, RSV, and the flu and stuff like that. And I like to read people's comments because, it gives me an idea on what they're experiencing. A lot of people are experiencing something that's not the flu or COVID, and like it stays with them for like a few weeks, dies a bit, and then it comes back.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that, because I've heard people go, "Oh, I'm fine now." And I said, they're not fine. Don't trust. And so what happens?
I felt like it kind of happened with my mom, where she was like sick for a week. She was fine for like 4 days, and she got sick again.
Oh.
But there are a lot of people in comments where they're saying they went to their doctors. They're like, no, it's not COVID. It's not the flu. So they weren't able to figure it out what it was. But it was like it would go away and then it would come back.
This is what I say, though. This is what I say. It is COVID. And I said, just because you test negative, there's a couple things, by the way. And if you go to the doctor, good job. But if you test in the nostril, I'll give you an example. You could clean up your nostril, kind of be all right and dry, and not test for COVID, because they test the nostril. Now, you do a blood panel, it'll test for, like, COVID. Does that make sense? So there's so many different tests. They recalled some because they're getting a lot of false negatives, meaning they're positive, but you thought you didn't have it. So then you went out, you went back to and then you spread it with everyone else. I know people that have gotten sick in a vehicle just sharing like a ride. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful. And that's when people were like, no, we don't need to wear a mask. And I'm like, dude, still wear. We're not ahead of it. I still have one right here. It's very simple. I keep saying it. I have one right here, and I have another one which is like this, And I'm not going to lie, there are a couple of times where I'm like, when I go to 7-Eleven, because I forget, right? And I always keep some in maybe like the middle compartment, or sometimes I find one on the floor. I'll use that, you know what I mean? And then I have a UV thing that actually cleans it up, or scrubs it, as they would say, and I'm good to go, I haven't gotten it, thank God. I'm not saying I won't get it, because this on me is really bad, by the way. I don't want it. So there you go. But the point is this: you can be ahead of it if you at least are aware people are getting sick. So back to something we're saying: don't turn the radio dial. Go, oh my God, I don't want to hear this anymore. Just be like, you know what? I don't want to get it, and you know what? I'm gonna just stay safe, and you know what? I'm gonna be fine. Just being aware that people have it, And that, like you said, Jess, they may say, "Oh, I'm fine," and then they're still coughing, right? And they're still they do that. Like, just assume they have it still, because that's what's happening. There's a lot of false negatives coming out, and the people are still sick. So if you have it, it'll probably last anywhere from like a week to 2 weeks. That's why they used to say back in 2020, that was smart. Don't know why we don't go back to that. 14 days quarantine, right? 14 days. And a lot of companies, they actually reimburse. The government actually reimburses that because, you could look that up. Actually, there's information there. But yeah, it's just not something you're going to want to do, Jess. But there you go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I did that nostril test once. Never again. Never again. I would rather die.
Why? Like, it's not that bad.
Well, first off, only one of my nostrils I can stick something in there.
Oh, you can't breathe in one of them?
Yeah, I have like something that's blocking the pathway, so I can only breathe through one nostril.
Oh,
and no, I'd rather not stick anything up there. I did it once, and no, it was the worst experience I've had in my life.
Okay,
I would rather get a colonoscopy.
Oh God, that's bad, Jess.
I would rather walk on Legos.
Jess, I do not want to be around you when you get coronavirus. You'd be like, I don't have it. I did it. I'm like, yeah, I know you did a test because your nostril looks fine.
If I'm sick, I'm gonna let you know. Stay away from me. But
yeah,
I'm just gonna assume I have coronavirus and I'm sick.
Yeah. I got that. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. So look, here's the thing, people. Be careful because people still have it. All right. If they had it a little, guarantee they have it at least 14 days. Go with that. You can do the 20 days. A lot of people aren't doing that. They go back to the stupid 5-day. I told you it was dumb. But there we are. So there you go. So a lot of things. All right, Jess, I know there's something else. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Join West Coast Business Review with Daryl McCants each Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock p.m. Daryl focuses on successful businesses from California's southern border to Canada, including the great border states of Arizona and Nevada. Every week, Daryl provides in-depth discussions and interviews with prominent leaders and innovators that make all of our lives better and more productive. West Coast Business Review with Daryl McCants, Wednesdays at 4 o'clock p.m. right here on Smart Talk Radio.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We got a lot of things going on. There's some great programming all throughout the day. Make sure to download our app. It's free, KMET 1490 AM. It's available both on your Android and or your iPhone. It's very simple. Oh, Jess, hey, by the way, I got to say this, all right? For anyone who's wanting to draw and or anyone who does draw, go get one of those little pens. They have one for $50. It's not as expensive, especially if you have an iPad. I got one yesterday. $50, Jess. It's made by Zag. I don't have it here to show you, but it's really good. I know they have one for $100. That's the Apple Pencil is what they call it. I call it Apple Pen because really but like there's some really good stuff. And then go download Procreate. Procreate is a really good app where you could draw in your I saw somebody post something about her daughter doing it, and she was like drawing it on there. And if you could do that, I say do it. It's a great way to color anything, and it's a great way just to like draw and get it out. You know what I mean? And then I posted some things about a comic that I'm doing. Got some new stuff that I'm glad I posted and want to get your input on. So go follow me at Aaron M. Sanchez on all media, and then we'll be good. All right, Jess, what's going on?
Okay, so I'm kind of jealous that I did not get a chance to see this spectacle in Cypress in Orange County.
Okay.
So I like to look at animals. I get distracted when I drive. I like to look at these. I don't know what they're called. It's a white bird with a long neck. I call them cobra chickens because I don't know what they're called. Don't laugh. But yeah, I see them all the time. But apparently in Cyprus, a rare animal was spotted, and one has not been seen over here in more than 100 years.
You call it cobra chicken?
Yeah, oh God, you said it. Yes, I don't know what they're called. They're like, I call them cobra chickens because it's like a chicken with a giant snake head. I don't know what they're called.
Okay. Cobra chicken. That sounds cool. Not gonna lie, like Cobra Kai, Cobra Chicken. Like it's a new show. It's a new series by Jesse Sanchez.
When I don't know an animal, I just start mashing animals together to get the best description that I can. So
I get that Cobra Chicken.
So I don't know what they're called. But apparently in Cyprus, a snowy Arctic owl was spotted.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, what?
Right, those don't live here. That's like 2,000 miles away. So he's off course. So I'm not sure why he's here in Southern California.
Is that the situation? I didn't know that. I saw something on it. I'm like, okay, well, big deal. It's an owl. Yeah. Who cares?
They live in Arctic tundra, so they live in the Arctic Circle, way up north. So seeing one here, 2,000 miles away, is a bit shocking. So that's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the whole streets were flooded with people with cameras and just taking just pictures because it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity for this.
Right. I think that if anything, everyone that knows Harry Potter was like, "Oh my God, that's it!" Right? So I thought that was the thing. Well, it's probably like somebody like you probably got off the set of Harry Potter and said, "Look, you're not taking care of me, okay?" They're very like you never get near them. They bite. Just be careful. Although there's a shop, I think it's in Asia somewhere, where they have owls all over the place, and they're really nice. So I know it's so cute.
Oh, yes, it's an owl cafe. I've seen
you
those.
saw it? Yeah.
In Japan, I've seen the TikToks people taking the owl cafes. It's amazing.
That's the one. I know. We gotta go. All right, people gotta go. Bye. Make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember life is worth living. Live it well. Bye bye, everyone.